it can feel like an entire year flies. But when there's something going on that's so intense, it literally can feel like something is dragging along. So from the first moment of deciding what was going to be on my new moon list a week ago to this first quarter moon, it has felt like ages. I'm Jodine Scher, a transformation coach who uses tarot, numerology, and certain aspects of astrology to work out a lot of my life and then to share it with you. I'm doing Project Me. I've done it before. I did it many years ago in 2010, and it was my conscious journey to really witness the way that I lived and made the shifts and changes that I wanted to make. There's been such an adjustment for the deep understanding of change into what it truly means to transform. So I'm redoing it as I witness some really big transformation that's happening, and I wanted to share it with you. One of the things is that I work with moon cycles. So I want to do these vlogs as close to the exact point of each of the moon cycles as possible. And first quarter moon came in around about midnight my time, and I had to get up and I absolutely love getting up, doing my my exercise and my yoga, and then contemplating and reflecting the week that's passed from new moon to just this first quarter. And the reason why it's so important that I share it and that I share it in Project Me is because there were things that I put on my new moon list that triggered so many things for me, and really felt like there was a personal crisis of misunderstanding who I was. And thank goodness for incredible friends who are brave enough to say to me, Jo, you're a little bit stuck in those belief systems, and there's some things that need to shift. I'm figuring out deeply what it means to distinguish between the belief systems that hold us so firm in the shadow because of fear-based stuff, and then really coming into these knowings of who we deeply are. And a lot of that came up for me in the first quarter. What's important to understand is that you don't take anything off your list. So now I'm sitting with things on my list that I know triggered things that I'm not actually going to be working on, but it's not going to disappear. I'm figuring how what I intended for myself and thought I wanted for myself is really going to move into something else in the next phase of the moon. But I wanted to give you a practical example. So I wanted to commit to writing 5 hours a week, which I am, but what I had done was I had decided that writing was going to be either the novel that I'm working on, or I hate the word self-help, but it's the only way to let it fall into a genre of writing, another book that I'm writing. And in this process of planning and plotting, and I have been feeling stuck in both of those, I had an incredible meeting with my business partner and our associate, and we were talking about SEO, which is another beautiful side of what I really, really love doing, which is this marketing strategy. And you know, it's that shoemaker's daughter thing where everybody else's website is perfectly SEO'd and everyone else's marketing plans are really up and running. And then we started talking about the importance of getting people onto the site and staying on the site, and then once they're there, how do we capture their information? And I was like, why am I so concerned about writing a 43,000 word book when I can break it up and write a whole lot of ebooks about different aspects across the website, and there can just be this bite-sized information. So that's where the energy's shifted. But I haven't scratched it off the list. It stays on the list, and now I'm processing things. And the 2 books are remaining, and I'm watching how I'm taking the things that I want to remain in the books and how I'm moving some stuff across. And I'm playing with some ideas of what could these initial ebooks look like. So the energy has shifted, but I haven't changed anything on the list. Then there's other stuff that I just haven't energetically gotten to. And I'm accountable to my accountability buddy. It's really, really exciting if you do have your own accountability buddy. We're talking in half an hour. And I need to have the conversation and say, before this full moon, I have to push. And the reason why I'm saying I have to push is because I really, really want to do this. And I want to remind every single one of you, including myself, that procrastination comes from places of low esteem where we don't feel that we have the ability or the capacity to do it. So I need to process some of that in this conversation that's coming up, and then give myself some practical ways to move through this, because it isn't something that I want to take off. It is something that I want to achieve. I can feel the emotion, that pull, that tightness in my throat. Just can't figure out why I'm not getting to it. It's got to be levels of esteem that are holding me back. So that is my update on the first quarter moon for January, and obviously I'm going to be either posting here or definitely every single day as a story somewhere to continue my Project Me every day. But then I will see you in a week's time for the first full moon of the year.